Hey everyone, welcome back to Painted Studio. I'm Maury Curtis Dunbar, your host of many messes. And we are working today on our seasonal cups, but as you can see, we're only a few days away from Halloween, so I am still in my personal holiday mode, Halloween. Got my Day of the Dead headband going on. So today, I thought we would finish up our cups. Hey Brenda, nice to see you. And we're going to finish up our wintry, frosty wine cups. And if you'll notice, I did not come up with another Noel because I just realized that I hadn't done that. But that's okay. I may just do this one layer today, and I can cut out a Noel and apply it on it after I do a thin layer of epoxy that's cured up. And that is often another way to go. You can sandwich your words in between layers of epoxy. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to discuss our contest. Hey Rima, you know, I might wait on the contest until we have just a few more people here. So after I mix the epoxy that we're going to use, then we'll cover the contest. We'll give a few people a chance to get in here. Oh my God, we've got fruit flies floating around and I don't even know why. It's not fruit fly season. I'm so tired of bugs. Hey Sharon, nice to see you here. Welcome. All right, so first thing I'm doing is putting on gloves. And then I'm gonna flip the camera down, and then we will do some epoxy, and then we're gonna we'll discuss our next contest. I figure I'd give you all a chance to get in here so you can find out about the contest, because I know my people here, you are contest people. So give a few more folks a chance to get in, and we're going to then announce the contest. All right, so let me flip my camera down to my work surface, and of course that doesn't want to do that today, probably because I've got epoxy on my tripod. I have done that, just so you all know. I actually have gotten epoxy on all kinds of equipment. I'm sure you all have done the same thing. Hey Rima, hey Kay. All right, so in front of me is nothing right now. First thing we're going to do is I'll remind you of our cups. So yesterday, or the other day, last week, we did the Winter Joy one. We did our Noel one where the Noel didn't work, so we're gonna put a thin layer of epoxy on here, and then we're going to apply the Noel, because there's always ways to work around things. And then we foiled this one with metallic black and gold and put our Celebrate lettering on it. So clearly the next thing we need to do is get epoxy going. So I'm just gonna take two little cups like this. Oh, and I almost forgot a sponge. Hang on a sec. Always forget to bring something up with me, and today I forgot to bring my sponge brush. That's okay, I knew where they were. So today we're going to use our art resin epoxy. You can also use liquid glass. They both work excellently for this project. I'm just using this because I've used up my smaller jugs of liquid glass, and I love art resin, so we're going to use that one today. And they're available on paintedstudio.com. So the first thing we're gonna do, and this is the hardener, and just because it turns a little yellowish in the container doesn't mean it's going to pour yellow. Mixing it together tends to clear this. It's a chemical reaction, so it kind of makes it go clear again. And I am just gonna pour what I need, and if you heard that ding ding, my husband just popped by to pick up shipments, so he probably will not appear on camera because he does not like to. So he's literally running out as I said the word appear on camera. That's not his thing. I barely get him to take a photo with me. He's not a camera guy, so he likes to take pictures, just doesn't like to be in them. So we're gonna pour in equal parts resin and hardener. Okay, and I do not recommend that you do eyeballing like I do. I do eyeballing because I've been doing this for a very long time and I'm used to pouring it. And I have poured it badly. But for those of you who are not familiar with resins, you need equal parts hardener and resin, and then you pour them together and mix them. They must be exactly equal. What happens if it's not equal? Well, if you pour in too much hardener and not enough resin, your epoxy will start to harden even before you finish mixing it. I've had that happen. It comes, like solidifies in a wad in the center. And then also if it doesn't do that in the cup, it will harden really, really fast as you're pouring it and become very brittle and not well bonded. If you put in too much resin and not enough hardener, you're likely to have a case where it doesn't harden at all, or it's got soft spots, or it gets kind of sticky gooey. So you have to really do this right. Now I poured a lot in here. I poured way more than I need, and I don't know why. So I may have to find a few other things to pour some resin on when I'm done with this. Or I'll cast it in some molds, because I do that too. So you need to stir it aggressively. Art resin tends to have little bubbles that fly out of it. And once the bubbles start flying, you know you're getting good at the mix. Don't try to stir this and not have bubbles. That's a waste of time, and you don't get it well mixed. The torching later on that we do, that pops all the bubbles. Don't make yourself cuckoo with this. Just, do what you got to do. Mix it up. All right. I think we're about done. Sometimes, the way I say it is you mix and mix and mix and mix until you think you're done, and then mix it twice as long as that. So I'm always aggressive in my mixing. I want it really well mixed because I don't want to have any hardening issues. Also, when you're doing this, the area that you're working in needs to be room temperature. And by room temperature, I mean 65, higher than 65, and cooler than 85. This product is a little temperature sensitive, so if you're trying to do this in a cold garage, you're never going to get a good hardening. Don't do that. And this is the same with all epoxies. They don't like to try to set up in the cold. You want them to cure at a normal room temperature between 66 and like 75. That's the most successful I've found. My studio tends to sit at between 70 and 72 in the winter because of the temperature sensitive nature of mixing up some stuff like epoxy. So now I'm all mixed. I'm going to take a couple of cups and we're going to pour into them for a reason. I'm going to pour a little bit in here. I'm going to pour a little bit in here, and then we'll just keep the rest in here. So our first cup, and I'm going to do each one of these in front of you, but I need to change my gloves because you can see your gloves get really gooey doing this, so have a lot of gloves. Now you can clean your gloves off too. I'm not a glove cleaner. I never get it cleaned enough. I'm better if I just put on a fresh pair of gloves. Hey Barb, nice to see you, and Angie. If I don't happen to see your name and say hi, know that I read them all later and appreciate you all being here. Okay. So I'm gonna set all of my little cups aside so that you can see me doing each one of these as we go. And I'm kind of working from the back. I have two different cup turners. This is one I got from, where did I get it? Michael's. And it's my least favorite. It's really not, it's a pain in the neck to adjust. It doesn't work as well on bigger cups. This thing, if you screw it in and screw it out, it actually allows the cup holder part to get wider so it can take in bigger cups. But it's just not my favorite one. I have plenty of these, and honestly, This is like my least favorite one. So I suggest that you use the ones that you like the best. I also found this was expensive compared to the $25 cup turners I could get at on Amazon. So I'm going to put my cup in here and kind of squish everything until the cup is in. And the reason there are paper towels in there is I found the paper towels really helped anchor this a little better. Just gave it a little less of a slip grip. And then you turn it on and you can have it turn as fast as you want. And I always like to turn it on and adjust the cup so that it's turning evenly. Because you get these on and they're not quite straight, so then things don't always settle on there right. So the first thing we're gonna do is, I've got it turning, I want it turning a little slower. It's a little easier. Now normally when I do this, I put a piece of parchment paper or press and seal or something else under the foot here, because if you look at this, that's where the epoxy runs down. So I'm gonna put, get it. I'm not worrying about it that much. We're gonna do it this way. If it gets epoxy on the base, all right. So I'm gonna take some of the clear. That's not the one I wanted to use. This is the one I wanted. And we're gonna pour a little on there and kind of smear it around. And I just wanna get a nice coating on everything here. And this could take a few seconds because, we've got some mica flakes at the top, and you got to get it all on that. I'm gonna work this a little bit. Now I'm not going to get it on the bottom of the cup because it's got this stopper spot. If I wanted to, if I was really worried about getting it gooey, I can cover it with tape. But right now, all I'm trying to do is get a thin layer of epoxy on to seal everything up, and it will be nice and smooth tomorrow. And then I can put a new set of letters on, and it will bond better than you saw when I tried it on, what was it, Saturday, when I tried to put the Noel on here. It kept not adhering properly, and it's because there was a little glitter on the surface that was not allowing those letters to grab properly. And so we're removing that as an issue. Didn't have it on both sides, so that's how we got the tree on here with no problem, but it had it on the side where I was trying to put the Noel, which is over here. So I'm like, crud, I gotta figure that one out. So all I'm doing is making sure, and I don't want any of the mica flakes, because some of them might pull off. So I'm gonna make sure they only go into the top area. And if I have a couple sticking up, I'm using the tip of my brush to tap down. And if I've still got any really sticking up badly tomorrow when I come back, I'll take a little scissor, clip it down before we put on the second coat. I do want to make sure I get all the way up to the edges here. I can't believe Halloween's Saturday. Honest to goodness, I have not even bought any candy. My husband finally went out and bought some yesterday because he's like, I'm normally one of those people who has candy stacked up and ready for like 3 weeks before. Somehow this year it's just all kind of getting away from me. Maybe it's because I'm doing Christmas stuff here in the studio. Okay, I'm gonna bring a second cup turner around. Now this is the one I got off of Amazon. These are my preferred cup turners. I find them, they're up a little higher. I can adjust and get different sponges that fit different cup sizes. I like that they're up a little higher. They have a little more control that way. Okay, I gotta plug it in because I didn't do that. And let's make sure it's turned. Okay. When I do this, you might have seen a flash of these cords over here. So I always have a light timer that like you can get at Home Depot or anywhere else. And I use a timer so that these can rotate for 8 to 10 hours, which they must do. Otherwise the epoxy will just slide right off. And then the machine turns off, so it's not running nonstop. Now these sponges can be a little big for these cups, so you can take them, shove them down in, and then stick them on the turner. And that sets that on there. Now you remember we used the tinsel glitter already on this. I'm going to take a little bit of our epoxy, and we're going to make it even more tinsel glitterier. Was that words? Tinsel glitterier. Close enough. Take a little stir stick. Let's stir it up. Get the glitter going into my epoxy. And this is our tinsel glitter. Look how cool that is mixed in there. And I got to turn my turner on. Now these from Amazon, you can turn them on a couple times and they change direction. So you can have them rotate whichever direction is the most convenient for you. And personally, just for applying sake, I like having them turn towards me because then when it moves, I can catch it with the brush. Now that's a personal choice. And again, normally I have little something under here. Make sure you keep that sponge tucked in, otherwise you can have your sponge stick to the rim of your cup. Ask me how I know. Yeah, dremelled a few of those out. So I'm just putting this on. And I think once I get this on and get my hair out of it, as soon as I'm done with this one, we'll do the contest information and then we'll do the last cup. Let's get this in. I want to get it all around the base. Now sometimes these cups need 2 coats. That's not a big deal. Epoxy on its own wants to level out to 1/8 of an inch. So unless you have a lip around stuff to build it up thicker, if you need a thick coat of epoxy, you're going to have to do several coats. And pot time on this, meaning the time from when it's mixed in the pot to not usable anymore, is about between 30 and 45 minutes. After that, it starts to get stiff and thick, and it's slow cure process. So yeah, definitely pay attention to that. And don't mix more than you need. Also don't mix, because once it's mixed, it's not like you can put a lid on it and save it for next time. You only mix what you need. And I'm just putting some more on here just to get it all spread around. Nice. And it's going to look uneven in spots. The turning will, once you torched it and liquefied it a little bit and get all the bubbles out, and then you leave it to rotate, it comes out much more even. Okay, let me scrape some of this off of this brush just because we need to use it on one last time. I'm going to flip the camera up. We're going to discuss a contest, and then we're going to finish this up. So clearly I've poured way more epoxy than I need. Okay, another cup turning over on the side. Let us discuss contest. Let me move all this goop out of the way first, because now this is messy and sticky. So I'm going to use it as the undercloth on my turners, or the underpaper for my turners. So that worked out well. Needed a piece of parchment under there, and that worked. All right, let me turn the camera up after I take the glove off, because if I touch the glove on hands that have had epoxy on them, yeah, bad mess. Hey, Joy, nice to see you here. Sandy, you've never seen epoxy cups before? They're pretty common. All right, this is going to take me a second. Let me get the other glove off. My tripod is once again pitching a fit. So I got to get the camera up in a different... Let's see how it's going to go. Really? I keep saying I need a new one, and you see why. All right, let's get whatever notification that was gone. Oh, seriously, the notifications won't stop today. Okay, so our contest, because it's October and it's fall and we have Halloween and Thanksgiving coming up, is going to be all about seasonal creativity. Now, I know a lot of you have created pumpkins. I know a lot of you have created Halloween stuff. A lot of you have created autumnal creations. So, for the next week, I want each one of you to pick one, your favorite creation, and post a picture of it into the comments of this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gather all of those pictures, and I have a committee set aside, and they're going to help us pick first the top 4, and then we're going to put a drawing together of those top 4 pumpkins, and we're going to pull a name out. This is going to only take until November, what's next Tuesday? November 3rd, okay? So we have just a week. This week, I want you to post your favorite pumpkin, your favorite mask, your favorite whatever that you've just created, but it must be Halloween or autumn. It can be pumpkins, it can be leaves, it can be a painting, but it must be seasonally related. Only one entry per person, just one. Not one every day. This is not the photograph contest. One entry. So find your favorite item. Either post the picture of it, take a picture and then post it, but post it in the comments under this video. And then we are going to gather them all up, and you're going to have a prize. What's your prize going to be? You've been seeing me playing with this pumpkin. So you're going to receive this pumpkin. You're going to receive a couple feet of foil. You're going to receive our brand new size, the 4-ounce Artsyville foil adhesive. And you're going to receive some priming paint and probably a little glitter. I'm going to send you a pumpkin kit. So what I want for you to do, we're going to announce the winner next. When are we going to announce the winner? If the contest ends on Tuesday, we're going to announce the winner on Wednesday. So, again, one post per person, one entry per person. Your favorite pumpkin, your favorite Halloween item, your favorite autumnal creation, whatever you've created recently, I want you to post the pictures of this you can't do it while I'm live. It won't work that way. You have to do it once I've gone and published this to our page. I want you to post a picture of your favorite creation. Once we have everybody's creations in hand, next week, next Tuesday night, my committee and I, we're going to pick the top 4. The top 4 will be announced, and they're going to go into a hopper, and I'll do a drawing live here on Wednesday. So, it really... can it be it can be anything, but you have to have created it, Sandy, and it has to be autumnal or Halloween. It can't be something somebody else created. It has to be something you've created either for autumn or for Halloween. And your prize, again, this pumpkin, our 4-ounce Artsyville foil adhesive, a couple of feet of foil, and some glitter and some base paint. So you're going to get a great pumpkin kit. Once we announce the, as long as it is seasonal, it must relate either to Halloween or to autumn. No, I don't care. I'm not coming to your house and asking when you did it, right? I swear I'm not. I just want you to post your favorite thing that you've created that represents this season, either Halloween or autumn. Doesn't matter to me which. It can be pumpkins, it can be witches, it can be a cornucopia, it can be, if you're a photographer, it could be a photograph, but it must be something you created. That's all I request. That and that it's seasonal. and only one entry. So really pick the one that you think you did an amazing job on. And if you're afraid to if you're newer to this stuff and you don't think your stuff is good enough, because I get that every contest that I do something, no, the answer is your stuff is amazing. You're too hard on yourself. We want to see it. That's part of it. We want you to share with us what wonderful things you make. So don't ever think that anything that you've done is not good enough to put in a contest. I guarantee you it is. So we have had some wonderful winners from our past contest. So that's this month's contest, or it's October's contest. So that's where we're at. Let's keep going with this contest. I will keep sharing about it. It will be announced. Every time I'm on a live, I'll be reminding people, but I'm not making like huge, big announcements. This is kind of the reward for watching the lives, is you get to play in the contests. So, alrighty, now we're going to come back down. We're going to do our last video. I will put all the information posted on this video, Sandy. I will be putting the details of the contest in the post on this video, just so everybody has it in writing. There's no confusion. Now, if I see somebody's posted twice, 2 different things, I'm only going to keep the first thing you posted. The second one's going to get deleted, and that invalidates it. Oh, Desiree, you're so cute. Desiree doesn't want any more pumpkins. Desiree, if you enter the contest, if you win, we'll figure something out. Desiree has done more pumpkins than anybody, I think, on the face of the earth. Poor, I don't think she wants to do another pumpkin. I'm not laughing at you, Desiree. You're just... I know the whole thing of doing too much stuff. How many wine cups can I have? Can friends win? Absolutely. Anybody who sees this video and posts something that is appropriate to the rules that I've had in the contest, you need to be posting it to this video. So for us, it's to have people see the videos and get involved in our group and get involved in my business page and have some fun here. And for all of you, we just want to share. So whoever you want to invite into this, go for it. All I ask, that you've done it yourself, or whoever posts has done it themselves, that it's Halloween or autumn based. And then excuse me, we're going to go put them together. We're going to do a drawing, and we're going to make it work. Yes, Desiree, I am absolutely not laughing at you. You are just, I know how you've done so many pumpkins, and God love you for it. I got to stop doing pumpkins myself. I have pumpkins everywhere except at my house. So maybe if I do another pumpkin, they got to go home with me. Except, my husband's like, really? You just got more Halloween stuff in the basement and you haven't put it up yet either. I know. This year, we're busy here. I'm working here. The house got a little neglected. Okay, we're going to come down. We're going to do our last cup. And then I'll flip back up. I'll see if anybody has any questions about this. And we will, once again, repeat the rules for the contest. And then I will add them in the written part of this video once I post it live. All right. One more pair of gloves. Why? Because I've already gooed up 2 pairs of gloves. This is why I buy gloves, not, in a little 5-pair bag. Oh God, Desiree, you still have 4 pumpkins primed. Well, we've shipped you out more foil and stuff today, Desiree. God love you. I love you all for this. Oh, Rima never decorates for Halloween. You know what? It's not everybody's gig. It's mine. I love it. But I understand that it's not for everybody. Before I forget, I will not be live tomorrow. Nothing bad. I've just got to go and get a couple shots in my back, which means that I have to go and be quiet for an entire day. So the doors to the studio aren't going to be open to the public, and I have to go home and rest. This does not affect online ordering. It does not affect shipping. It just means I'm not going to be here for a day to make, wear silly things on my head while I do creative projects. All right, so let's finish up the last of the cups. You can see I've got another turner here. This is my beat up sponge. And when I say to you to make sure you don't get the epoxy on the sponge, this sponge shows you why. I've grabbed them with gooey fingers and shoved them into a cup, and they've stuck on the inside of a cup. I've had it glue itself to the rim. Now it all comes off. You can Dremel it out, you can sand it off. It won't hurt the cup. It just doesn't make the inside of the cup look pretty, but it's not gonna hurt the cup. It doesn't affect its thermal qualities, nothing. And remember, thermal tumblers like this do not go in dishwashers. They don't like the heat. The heat affects the vacuum seal in between the layers, and it loses its ability to keep things hot or cold. So now we've got our Celebrate cup up on here. I have one little piece of tinsel glitter on here that I don't really want. There we go. And we're going to take our other cup of epoxy that I had poured, and on this cup, we're going to use our Tiger Eye Black and Gold and Bronze glitter. And this is something I carry here at the studio. You don't find it many places. This is cosmetic grade glitter, meaning that you can pour it on your cups and then put it on your face for Halloween. So I'm going to take my finger in here and stir this up a little bit because the smaller particles tend to settle to the bottom, and we want a nice mix of everything in here. And cosmetic grade glitter, for those who are not familiar, means that it's cut normally, besides being sterile so that it doesn't hurt your face and your skin. But it also often is circular so that you don't have anything sharp should it get loose and cut you in the eye. So I'm going to give this a little stir. Now this is going to be very glittery. I might lose some of my Celebrate. It might be a little harder to see. I'm okay with that. I did that. I knew that when I was making this. So I'm going to take a little bit here, just dump it on, and start smoothing it around. And here's the thing, sometimes these glitters, when they're dry in the epoxy, it can make the epoxy a little lumpy, and that's okay because you can always pour a second coat on there and make that lumpiness go away, because the second coat will level out all the inconsistencies in the surface. Just trying to get all the way around. And it's always good to kind of shift things in the light and check your angles, because you will be amazed at the spots that you think you've covered and you've missed. So now I have gotten, I think, all the surface on here coated. I'm going to put a little more epoxy on because I want to get a little more of that glitter going in there. Because my first pass here was super thin just to get everything spread around. The second coating that I'm doing, wet on wet here, I want to add a little more detail with the glitter. And I'll probably lose some of this in the rotating, I know that. So I'm kind of playing with this, just seeing if there's any spots as I rotate this that don't have much in the way of glitter on them. This is really working nicely. I'm not losing my words in the glitter. I've done that before, but because this has got big glitter and small glitter, it seems to be accommodating it better. All right, I'm gonna set that to the side with the other ones. Okay, and I'm gonna angle the camera over there so you all can see. And you can see two of them spinning. The third one is back behind a light. It's a little harder for me to get it in a position so you can see it. See if I can move that angle back a little bit. Nope, that doesn't want to work. Oh, that's not going to be good. I'm just going to give you the fetus stuff. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to get a nice angle for you all to see what I'm doing. And it just doesn't want to stay where I want to put it. Let's see. Sorry for all the movement. All right, I gotta go grab the torch, which I of course left in the back. Oh wait, I have a little one up here. That one's dead. That's empty. Hang on a sec. Alrighty. I had to make sure. I thought my little one was still good, but it was out of fuel. So we're just going to take a propane torch. You can get them at Home Depot. And just lightly run this over the surface. And what it does is it liquefies it a little more, lets it flow, and it releases the bubbles to the surface and pops them. And we'll do the same over here. And then I've got the one that's right over here that you can't see, but I got to do it. So forgive me for doing this off camera. Okay, so you can see a little bit of drip is starting to happen already. It's exactly what should happen. And then I will flip this back up, so hopefully you can see me without the cameras falling. Oh yes, my thing is being temperamental. I'm sorry, everybody. Let's see if I can get that to stay up a little better. Sorry about that. I had it. You know, we all know I got the temperamental tripod and it's making me cuckoo. So it's not like I haven't said that about 15 times already. All right, so we've got our cups spinning. They are on a timer now. They will spin for the next 8 to 10 hours. I don't want them, they need to, Desiree, I'll get your question in a sec. They need to keep rotating for at least 8 hours because even though it might feel almost dry to the touch, it's still slightly liquid. And if you stop turning before that period, you could have it shift and then you get dribble marks on one side of your cup. So the rotation needs to go for between 8 to 10 hours. Now, tomorrow I will probably come back and do a second coat on the red one. Why? Because I didn't get my Noel on there that I wanted to. So the coating I put on right now is super, super thin so that then I can apply more lettering and do a second coat without building up bulk on it. The other two, those are pretty thoroughly done. I've put enough epoxy on, so the only reason I would put a second coat on them is if I came back and found that either something hadn't leveled properly, I'd missed a spot, or I had some odd thing sticking up funny that needed to be trimmed down and recoated. Desiree, no, it doesn't matter which kind you buy. It's propane. I mean, they're just different brands. This is the one I got at Home Depot. Honest to God, it makes no difference. They all work the same. So one more reminder again, contest rules. Pick your favorite fall or Halloween creation that you've made, and you can share this information with your friends and they can participate, but they must post their work, not anybody else's. Susan, how many layers of epoxy in total are you asking me? I usually do 1 layer of epoxy if I can get away with it, 2 if I need to. I don't like to overcoat things because then they get big and awkward in your hands on those cups. So I don't like to put so much on that I can't hold the cup comfortably. And that can happen. If you start building up like 3, 4, 5 layers of epoxy, you can get it like super thick and then you're holding the cup like that. Okay, back to the contest rules, sorry. In the next 7 days, from a week from today, the contest ends. Tuesday night. Next Tuesday, we will take all of your submissions, 1 per person. Must be your own work, must be either fall or Halloween themed. We will put them all together. My committee and I will choose the top 4. The top 4 will be shown to the next day, and then we will do a live drawing of the top 4. Will be a random pick. Yep, election night. I'm trying to give you all something else to look forward to besides the talking heads. I did it very deliberately. I know Tuesday night's going to be very stressful for some people or for all of us. So we're going to do something fun here and enjoy it. So until Tuesday, we want you to submit. You're going to post. The winner of the contest becomes president. God, wouldn't that be nice if I had that kind of power? You're so funny. No, the winner of the contest gets a pumpkin kit. So again, for any time between now and next Tuesday, post 1 single item, 1 entry per person, 1 entry only. You're going to post your favorite creation for autumn or Halloween. Can be photographs, can be a painting, can be a craft item, can be a piece of furniture. It can be a mural. It can be whatever you want, as long as you painted it and it fits in our fall or fall or Halloween theme. If you've entered twice, I'm going to delete your second entry. You only get to have the first one you enter. We will be pulling, the only random part of this will be the top 4 on Wednesday. We will do the drawing live Wednesday. The winner will be announced live Wednesday. The contest ends Tuesday. So just know, at least Wednesday morning, somebody's going to be happy and getting a goodie bag coming to them in the mail. And what you will receive is this paper mache pumpkin, 4 ounces of our Artsyville foil adhesive. The 4-ounce size is brand new. We just got these in. They are in stock, waiting for you, for the person who's never tried our adhesive before. They're perfect. You'll get a couple of feet of different foils, and you will get a base paint, and you'll get some glitter. You're going to get a full pumpkin kit to create a wonderful pumpkin of your own design. All right, very, I'd make a better choice. Yeah, I'd like to think I'd make a better choice, but you know, when you choose, not everybody's happy. So, Election Day ends the contest. Day after Election Day, even if you're not happy with the outcome of the election, you might be happy with the outcome of this contest. So, participate, share sprinkle the love, use that little arrow button that's down there for iPhone users. I don't know where it is on Androids. Sprinkle the love, bring your friends in who are creative, but they have to post their own work. Don't let them post your work. It has to be your work. So we want it all original. We want to grow the group. So we love having you guys come here and do this. The world would be happier crafting. Yes, it would be. I can just see them all in the war room doing pumpkin kits. I'm having a moment thinking of that. I'm not going to go there. We're just going to finish out this election and have a contest finish the contest on election day and just do the drawing. Keep my mouth shut. All right, everybody, that is the end of our live. I will post all the details of the contest in this once I've signed off. You will be... Okay, good. I got Desiree's right. The sprinkle button's right here, so make sure you use that. And we are looking forward to this. And guys, once again, I will not be here tomorrow. I'm sorry. There won't be any live tomorrow. I'm getting a little shot in my back. But I'll be back on Thursday. It's all good. This is so funny. Yes, it's so funny. You can say it. You're in the UK. And look what Rima started. Oh, gosh, you guys are cracking me up. Let me scroll back for a second. I don't think you have any tech questions. You're just having a lot of fun with me tonight, which I'm loving. Desiree, how much epoxy did I mix up? Usually these cups are like an ounce per cup per pass. I way overmixed. I probably mixed closer to 8 ounces, and I guarantee you I have 4 ounces left sitting here on the table, and I'm going to have to find things to pour them over. I'm like, okay, what have I got that I was going to put epoxy on that I haven't done it yet? Or what can I pour them into? I have silicone molds from cakes and stuff that sometimes I just pour a lot of epoxy into it when I have odd lots like this, cast some stuff, and then I give it to my kid to go and glue on his servo skulls for his stuff. I don't even know what the heck of a servo skull is. It's half mechanical, I guess. But he takes the things I pour out of epoxy and then he glues them on plastic skulls and makes very cool creations out of them that way. Rima created something with a pumpkin. Yay! Anything in the colors of the season. Look at you guys going. No, Rima, no Christmas. It has to be fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever you have that is autumnal. And you might even not recognize it as autumnal until you look at the colors. So think all the harvest colors. Think golds, browns, purples, coppers, plums, rich greens, golds, all of those wonderful colors that we associate. I mean, look at my headband. Traditionally, this isn't terribly Halloweeny. I mean, I'm primary colors, red, God, I can't even say blue, red, and yellow. But then we add a skull into it and it becomes autumnal. So if it's got a whole bunch of stuff with chrysanthemums on them, those are fall. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to find a way to make it into the fall autumnal mood to create your contest piece. All right, everybody, have a great evening. It's almost 5 o'clock, so I'm out of here in a few minutes. And I got to go home and go to bed early so that I can go and do this thriller thing tomorrow. Yay, I'm so excited. But we were going to come back. I finally figured out what I'm doing with these little ornaments. So we've got some new ideas coming. We're going to do more Christmas stuff. I will have these cups finished up and I will show you the final product. And we're going to have a great time. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Night.